Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to the channel and welcome to a brand new rebuild on the channel. Part of my rebuilding series, and of course we're here with the mighty Barcelona, a team that's kind of fallen and not bad times, but they need a rebuild. They need a boost. They've just been beaten recently in the Champions League 8-2 by Bayern. They've lost a manager. Suarez is on his way out. Messi's asking to leave. All the great players have gone or retired. But you know what? They're still a great club. And I started this series over a year ago with this kind of thing in mind, taking a team like this, giving myself 3 seasons, maybe 4, and I want to try and put them back at the top of world football. And I've kind of gone away from that, doing teams like Coventry, Palermo, Dundee United, which I've enjoyed, but I just want to go back and have a go with Barcelona, have a bit of fun with a big club. So hopefully you're going to enjoy it. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. If you do enjoy it, smash that like button. If you really want to help support me, you can always become a patron. You'll find a link to that down below in the description. Little as 80 pence a month for $1, you can really help support what I do, and it is massively appreciated. So I'm excited by this. I've been off for a few days and I've been playing it for a while now, so I'm well into season 2 already, so hopefully I can bring these to you quite quickly. That's the plan. So let's begin. So here we are now with FC Barcelona, and they don't need any introduction. I know that. Everyone knows about Barcelona, what they've accomplished, who they are, the size of the club. They're an amazing team. But we still need to run through a few things. And the first thing I want to talk about is the database that I'm using now. It has come from FM20 Update, great group of guys. They do a lot of great work. They make great databases. I always use their updates. And I've used one the other week. I think it's already been updated, so you might see a player in my series and think he doesn't play for them anymore, but he did at the time. So they're constantly updating it. Now it is all the transfers at this point updated, the teams are in the right divisions, but of course some of you don't know this, and I do get asked this quite a lot. You can't start in 2020. They always have to go back to the beginning. They always have to start in 2019. All they can do really is swap players about and swap teams around, and then update it as best they can. So I'm using an updated database. So what I want to do is, of course, dominate Spain, dominate Spanish football. I want to win a 6th Champions League, and I think that'd be awesome. But you know, this is a club. You know, there's no trouble attracting players. But I had a lot of work to do, really. I wanted to scrap the team, and I had a plan. And my plan was to only sign players who were 23 or under, bring in good young guys that we can grow into a team. But I was also going to keep a couple. I'm keeping Messi. I know he's asked to leave in real life, but I am keeping Messi. He's on £1.2 million a week, by the way. Not an easy player to get rid of, but I wanted to get rid of the rest of him. I'd keep Griezmann, wanted Luis Suarez out the door, keep the goalkeeper, Gerard Piqué can stay, but I mean the rest of them, Coutinho, Busquets, a lot of these guys are going to go. And then there's a lot of good young players at this club, players I've never heard of, who I'm going to promote, and then hopefully, if I can generate some cash, I was going to bring in a lot of players, and honestly, I was going to do some major business in this first season. I was also going to completely dismantle the staff. Now, it isn't bad. Number 1 scouting team and medical team, but it could be way better. The coaching team was, yeah. So yeah, I'm scrapping it. I want new assistants, new everything. I was going to keep possibly 2 people. The rest, you're all out the door. Starting finances, as you can see, are amazing, but you've got to remember, it's an updated database, but it is also still 2019. So any transfers they've made have took effect. So that's why they've got no money to spend. So I needed to generate money, which should not be hard. When you've got some of these players, if I can get a lot of these big wages off and generate some money with some of the lads I don't really fancy, and then do some good wheeler dealing, yeah, it was going to be a fun summer, and I proper enjoyed it. Let's find out what I did. I will start by looking at the staff. Now I know initially you'll look at this and think, well, parts of it look the same, but trust me, they are way better than they were. So you can always have the best staff, but you can always get better. And that was my plan. I mean, I could even expand my scouting team at this point. I can do that in pieces. I've still got a coaching spot left, but trust me, the quality. So feel free to pause it on these. I'm just going to go through them so you can see what I've got, who I've got. But I mean, as soon as one look at that medical team, and you know it's the dog's nuts. Same with the scouting team. Now, there's one scout I couldn't get rid of, and that's because he's a director as well, so I couldn't get rid of him. But we've got a new director of football, technical director. Look how good they are. Chief scout, scouts and all that. Excellent. Superb. But the most important bit, in my opinion, is always your coaching team. So I love it. I know it's top notch. I brought Dennis Bergkamp in. Can't beat a bit of Dennis. But I've got a good spread here. The coaching team is fantastic and always gives you an advantage, especially when you're Barcelona. Now these are the transfers, and I didn't make all these. Of course I didn't make all these. Griezmann was already been done. Stuff like that had already been done. But it kind of mixes together. But you can kind of see-ish some of the ones I've got rid of. So I'm going to try and show you the big ones, and we'll have a look at the new squad. So Jordi Alba, he left for just short of 40 million. He's gone to Manchester City. Mr. Vidal himself, 32 years old, he's out the door. He's going to Inter Milan for about 20 million. Ivan, can never say his second name. He went to Paris Saint-Germain for a good amount of money as well. And all these guys in the 30s, I've kept a couple of 30-year-olds. And some of these guys are great. And it's the computer game, you probably come in still and win things. But I wanted to freshen this squad up. I wanted to have some fun. Luis Suarez has gone to Juve on loan. But because no one wanted to buy him, but I made sure putting him when they came back, I put a mandatory fee in for about 20 mil, which isn't a lot, but they accepted it and it'll get him out the door. They're paying about half his wages as well while he's gone, so that's just freed up a lot of money. Sergio Busquets, bit of a ledge, you know. Been here a long time. Time for him to move on though. He's gone to Paris Saint-Germain as well. Coutinho, good little player. He's 27 years old. Doesn't really fit what I do. I know he's a good player. He is. Didn't want him though. I wanted the money, and we got a lot for him. He's gone to Chelsea. Of course, I've kept some, and we generated a lot of money, and we freed up a ton of wages. But it wasn't all about bringing in big superstars. We've brought in some great players. You'll probably see a few there. We'll have a look at them in a minute. But what we have done is promoted some really good young players. One in particular really excited me. Now, if I say his name wrong, I apologise, but I think he's called Ansu Fati. 16 years old, and he's a little superstar. This kid's going to be something special. I've seen him in the papers recently, but only after I started playing this, genuinely, I hadn't heard of him. But I don't really pay too much attention to teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid and stuff like that. I just don't. So I've brought in around 7 players, maybe 8, and we'll go through them. And the first one is Tonali. He's at Brescia. He's such a good player. He becomes a very good player. I just know this from experience. They wanted 60 million. So what I'll do with most of these transfers is I go in with a suggested bid. A silly bid, like 20 million. They'll come back and say, no, we want 60. So you just break it down, cheap as you can get it, spread it out, give them potential future fees, and you end up sometimes spending more, maybe like 70 million, but you can get your man. So it's a good way to spread your finances out. It takes a risk. It's a good way to do it. This one cost me 35 million initially. It could go up to 88 depending on what he does internationally, scores, goals, games played, all that good stuff. A very good defensive midfielder, only 22 years old. I got him from Leicester. Buzzing with this player. Now this, again, another big deal, and a player you're going to think, oh, he's going to sign for Chelsea in a minute. At the moment of filming, he hasn't signed yet, but I think he's close. But obviously, I've been playing this. I started playing this about a week ago, nearly. So he's still at Leverkusen. So great pickup, buzzing. Next up, I wanted a young striker, someone who's going to get mentored by Messi, and Fabio Silva is one of the best young ones. He can become very good if you do it, if you play the game right. It's cost me 10 million initially, could go up to 30. Bargain. Now I wanted to buy both Norwich's young fullbacks because I think both of them can become very good. But one's injured. Jamal Lewis wasn't. I like the idea of it because it's a bit out of there, but I think he too can become a great player. So we've brought him in. This one, buzzing with, can cost me about 30 million, something like that eventually. I've never used him, I don't think. Someone was telling me about how good he can become. So I thought we'd take a punt on him. Another good young winger that we can maybe mentor and make him a legend. Then last but not least, we bought Manuel, a great young goalkeeper. Again, who I've heard good things of other FM players. Never used him myself. He cost me 17 million something straight out. So we bought him flat out. Bermudanese, and again, a good young keeper that's just going to sit behind my keeper and hopefully learn. This is the squad depth going into my first season. Like I said, we've kept some of the old guard. We've got Messi, but Messi can float all over, can't he? He's initially a right winger, can play up front, but it's Messi. I know he's on a lot of money. His contract can run out. I might run it out. We'll see what happens with that, because he's 32. But I've seen him play up to be 36 and be amazing still. He's a great guy. If he can teach the youngsters, I'm keeping him. Obviously, we've got Griezmann. Sort of only just bought him anyway. I like him. He's going to be playing for me. We've got Dembele. As long as he don't get injured. Great player. I get some big offers for him at some point. That's another thing. I've got youngsters on the wing. I'm hoping next season I can add another star. Just keep chipping away. In the middle, we've got decent players. I've kept a couple. So De Jong's here. He's decent. Obviously, I've kept Miralem. Can't say his second name. He's still a good player, 29. He's going to be teaching some of the lads. I've got Roberto still, because obviously we need to keep some of the Spanish players for the European squad. Tonali, obviously, we've got the new boys at the back. This is where we've got a great goalkeeper, actually. He's good, isn't he? Can't really get much better at the minute. He's only 27. If we look at, we've got PK, centre halves. Good. We've got, what is it? Umtiti Samuel. Good player, man. He's 25 apparently. Used to have a really tough paper round. But I'm keeping him. I like it. And then the rest of our youngsters, he's already here at the club. Good young player. Keep him for now. He was already at the club. Decent young player. And then I've got another lad somewhere floating about. At left back, got Junio Firpo. Right, isn't he? 19 million left back. Musa, I'm not even tempting it. Again, another good player, good speed. I like it a lot. Jamal Lewis, don't forget, just bought him. Go over here, we've got Roberto at right back. We'll see about that, because he's, maybe I could do with it being stronger, but I've got Emerson. He can play there as well. So it's a work in progress. I'm just trying to slowly get rid of the older players. Keep a few, obviously. Need that experience. And just keep building this team. And hopefully we can build towards something awesome. So we're not the favourites. Real Madrid are the favourites, led by Zidane. They've got some stars. Probably going to spend a ton of money themselves. But, this is going to be tough in a way, because Barcelona have big expectations, don't they? But I want to try and transition them. And maybe we're not going to be as good. You never know. Because I think sometimes with me, I'm better when I'm the underdog. I'm better when I'm Dundee United or Palermo rather than maybe Barcelona. So I never play as teams like this. So it's nice just to take yourself out of your comfort zone sometimes and go and be a Barcelona manager for a little bit. The board wants to win the league. They want us to win the Champions League. What? Super Copper. That's all changed, hasn't it? It's like halfway through the season now. I think it's a lot of countries are doing this where it's not the beginning anymore. They're like Charity Shield. They go travelling around the world, don't they? Playing in like China and Dubai, places like that. So we've got Real Madrid in the semis. But that's what I mean. I want to try and transition this club. But I've got all this heavy pressure on me straight away. So I could get sacked. Tactically, we're using the Saint 2.0. I've been watching all my stuff recently, especially with Stock Put County or any of the other rebuilds. I use a tactic called the Saint that I've developed. Especially, I've not really touched it since Saint Etienne a couple of rebuilds ago. All I've done here is I've changed from wingers to inside forwards because it just suits this squad better. So that's the only difference. So I had a pre-range pre-season. It went okay. Played Bayern. At least we didn't get beat 8-2. We drew 1-1. It went alright, but last time I've made a lot of changes and I've upset players. Like PK's not happy. Messi was moaning because it's like I'm selling these big stars and I'm buying young good players, but they're not proven players, are they? So yeah, I'm excited by it though. I was looking forward to seeing what would happen, how well I could do. So the Super Cup and the Copa del Rey haven't started yet. Of course, though, the Champions League has, and yeah. I mean, this is what you should expect. No offence, but Barcelona in a group with Dynamo Zagreb, Napoli, Challenge, and Club Brugge, you expect to qualify. So I was super happy with this. Defensively great, scored a lot of goals, won all 6 games. If you want to see the results, there you go. I mean, we dominated a lot of them. Some of them were closer than you'd think, but it was a great way to qualify. And we're going to be in the first knockout round playing FC Red Bull Salzburg. So I was thinking, that's good. Easy, get them out of the way. A lot of big teams still in it. Could I win it in my first season? Could it be that easy? Over to the league, and it was normal service resumed in a way. Us and Real Madrid battling it out with Atletico a bit behind us, but we've only lost 1, but we're only 2 points clear. It's not that easy. But like I said, this is an updated database, so they try their best to keep things right. But at the minute, it looks like we won the league last year, where in reality, that would say Real Madrid, but it's tough. These guys do the best they can do. You can't skip a season. It's impossible to do that with an updated database. But it's decent. It's decent. Now, I haven't got anyone in the top goal scoring charts. But Messi is amazing. Now, I've not played with Messi, I don't think since he was young, because a good 15, 18 years ago or something, I used to play with a friend of mine quite regular, and we're either Manchester United and Manchester City, or we'd be Real Madrid and Barcelona, and I was Barcelona, and I remember having Messi as a kid. Apart from that, I never played with teams like Barcelona. Not in the series, not personally. So players like him, I never have. He's a bit good in it, isn't he? Now, of course, I wanted to use some of my new players and play the experienced guys. I want to try and rotate as much as I can. But I was kind of forced into using that kid quite early. And what a debut he made, scoring 2 goals. He's only 16, got man of the match. I mean, he is next level. He is pretty good, isn't he? No, what a player he is. I mean, you can't. I imagine you can't sign him. He's not going to leave Barca, but if he's that good in real life, they've got to play when the man's there. Now, we won our next 5 games. I'm thinking, easy this, isn't it? Possibly too easy. No matter who we've got, we're going to be very, very good. And then I came up against Bilbao and got my absolute bumhole ripped into pieces. Look at the state of that. Yeah, wasn't great. Bad day at the office. We bounced back though, beating Atletico Madrid, and this one I'm seeing you're going to have to beat. If you want to win the league, you've got to beat the big boys, so great way to bounce back. Look who again was a beast. Came on in the 79th minute and won me the game. Fatih is awesome. And about 6 games later, a couple of draws, a few wins, no losses. We came up against Madrid in the first, El Clasico, and won 3-0. Again, look who scored. Is this Fatih? What a little player he is. I imagine if you started the game with Suarez, you wouldn't sell Suarez, you'd probably keep him, wouldn't you? Would you be giving Fatih a chance this early at 16? I know he's got absolute worldies around him, but what a little player. And then last but not least, let's have a look at the Valencia game, only because I think it's the only Spanish rebuild I've done in the past was with Valencia. And we absolutely tore them to pieces. It was an amazing game. 4-0. You can probably see why we're top at league, but we're not running away with it. Now, this is a squad arranged by Vidrating. You can see Fatih. I love that name. He's got a bit of a knock at the minute. He's only out for another 2 days, so it's nothing serious. Messi, though, it's Messi. Loads of goals, loads of assists, great player. Really glad I kept him because I did consider selling him. But we've kept him. He's come in, and I've never had him on the game, but I have seen him well into a save, and he had amazing attributes. So I'm expecting him to become a great player. Griezmann, I've never had him before. He's decent, out and out striker. He's pretty good. Advanced forward anyway. Fatih, awesome. Tonali, I have had him on other rebuilds, and he's not playing as much for me, but it's okay because I know he will become great on this game. Like really, really good. Obviously, there's a few areas I want to tweak. I've got targets in mind. I was scouting all this first season. Again, just for guys I can bring in under 23 who could become superstars. That's the plan. Of course, money's not great. I've got a transfer budget, but we ain't got money in the bank. And that's because we obviously, we're forking out for a lot of them players. A lot of them I'm paying per game to their old clubs. Stuff like that, but it's fine. With Barcelona, as long as you stay in the Champions League, you get decent money in Spain as well. I think Barcelona get a good 100 million TV money or something. So money's not an issue. There's players I want to sell. There's players in the B team I want to sell. Well, in the Champions League, this happened, and I can't lie, I was shocked. I thought we'd steamroll these. Even away in the first leg, I thought we'd steamroll them. And it was a lot tougher, and it was a bit of a wake-up call, and a reminder that I think I am better with an underdog. Because they came to the new camp, they beat us 3-2. We were shit. We were awful. And again, I think this made me realise, alright, we're alright in Spain and we're doing really well. But I've got some work to do, especially defensively. Keeper's good, but I think I need more help at centre half, more help at full back. Right, definitely. In the Super Cup, though, it was different. Obviously, the whole competition is different. It's a little tournament, isn't it? At Christmas time. So you played in the semis against Real Madrid. Massive game. Biggest game ever. And just about did it with a Griezmann winner in the 96th minute, beating Real Madrid 3-2. A team that's fantastic. Hazard's great. Crap in this game, but great in the game. I know he didn't have a great first season for him. Gareth Bale, Cruz, Isco, Benzema. I mean, they've got an outstanding team. So buzzing with this. On to the final. which we won 3-1 against Atletico Madrid, and another good team with great players. It's just, this is not what I want to be doing. I want to win the Champions League. I've just been knocked out in the first round by an Austrian team. That's like sacking stuff. That gets you sacked, doesn't it? Over to the Copa del Rey. Let's whiz through this. Started off against Hercules. Is it Heracles? I have no idea. 1-0. Next was Deportivo. That is a team I'm thinking of rebuilding on FM21. Because they used to be massive when I was a kid. Great performance. 2-0. Happy days. On to play Atletico again. This time it was 0-0, and we were lucky enough to win on penalties, because even though, you know, I think they were better. I think they should feel gutted. They should have won. Then we played Bilbao, the team that battled us in the league, and beat them in the semi-final first leg. 1-0. Never write off this little club, because they are amazing, aren't they? The team that only signs Basque players, a fellow Basque club like we are, because they annihilated us. Mr. Williams again. Honestly, gutted. And at this point, I was second in the league, so I'm second in the league. Been knocked out of the cup, knocked out of the Champions League way too early, embarrassingly. All I've got is the bloody Super Cup. That is not going to keep me in the job. I'm thinking, shit, this is fun. Now, since January, we've had some great results. We haven't actually been beaten. We've just dropped points from drawing. And we've had some good games. I mean, beating Sevilla twice, very close together. 1-0 and 2-1. I'm sure 2-1 Fatty scored in that game. Yep, he did. What a little player he is. Love him. He's like my new favourite youngster on the game. Villarreal 5-0. But, you know, you can see for yourself, we've done really well. End of the season could be tough. We've still got to play Madrid. Now, we played about 8 games. We had about 8 games left. 7 or 8 games. And I can say that we won them all. And we didn't concede in any, which is insane. Apart from this one. The game we needed to win. So you can win all the others, that's fine, but you need to be taking points off your rival, especially when they're already 2 points ahead of you. So we needed to round all the teams. Gareth Bale. Honestly, well tougher than you think being Barcelona manager, but we won it. Now this is mainly because of our form and other teams, but I hate relying on other teams. It annoys the shit out of me, and I feel like this has been tougher than I thought. I know we're transitioning, but I was this close to getting the sack really, and still maybe could have. Just winning that league title, I want to do more. Champions League was massively disappointing. So this was our running, like you've seen. We got beat off Madrid 2-1. Every other game 2-0, 4-0, 4-0, 3-0, 6-0, 3-0. Amazing, really. Great hitting our form like that, because we needed it. This is Real Madrid, so obviously they beat us. But they drew with Villarreal. They got beat off Atletico Madrid in their Madrid derby, and they got beat on the last day of the season by Betis. So we were really lucky. I feel that I was very lucky. I've got the best staff, got a fantastic squad, but I feel like I failed. You might have already noticed, if you've got a good eye, that Madrid won the Copa del Rey final, so they're cup champions, which is great for them. Maybe save Zidane's job, because neither of us obviously got to the Champions League final. No, it was all English. And as a Manchester United fan, I was very happy with this. And I like Spurs. Tottenham beat Liverpool 3-0 in the Champions League final. No Spanish teams in the Europa League final. Atalanta beat Bayern 2-0. So fair play to them, man. So this is the squad arranged by average rating. And yeah, some more work to do. We've got a lot of tweaking to do. This next summer is going to be interesting. It was not going to be as many ins and outs. But I just wanted to address a few areas which we'll look into a bit more in the next episode. No live com in this one. I didn't feel like the game's important enough. I was just playing. We'll have a live com. If I get to a cup final, we'll share that together. But it's a good rebuild, man. I think this is something that motivated me and I was excited. I want to win that Champions League. Final look at our main homepage, and you can see I'm on a C+, which isn't great. Not getting sacked yet. Got no money, but I think that will change. It should change. But what's good, and one thing I want to take a positive from, is we did only lose 2 games. One to Madrid and one to Bilbao. It's not that bad. I mean, it isn't that bad, but what a tough league it is. I forget how much I like playing in this league. It is a lot of fun, a lot of good players. The 3D matches are really fun. Messi, look at him. Top goal scorer, highest average rating, most assists, most man of the matches. He is next level, isn't he? He's really good. So yeah, I know some of you love the rebuilds where a small team and we go on a 10-year journey, and that's going to happen in the next rebuild, but I just wanted to go back to where it all began with the series, and I'm happy I did. Well, there you go, that is the end of episode 1. Hopefully I can bring episode 2 out same week, really, in a couple of days. Like I said, I've played part of it, and I'm hopefully going to get stuck into that later. So thank you for checking this out, really do appreciate it. If you are new, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, become a patron if you really want to help me out. And again, just thanks for taking time to watch it. It is a massive club, but I really want to win a Champions League with it, and I love the idea of just only signing under 23s. And I've got a few good signings coming up in the summer, but it ain't going to be as easy as you think. It isn't as easy as you think it's going to be, and it's a challenge within itself, and I absolutely love it. So thank you, really appreciate the support. Sitting here with me, you're an absolute legend. Make sure you come back for episode 2, and if you're bored, go and catch up on the old Stockport County series. I'm Bood. Take care, stay safe. I'll see you next time.